Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human Podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hey everyone, it's July 20th. We are in the dog days of summer, and the month is approaching its end, which is wild. Quick life update. We found out that the main tumor in my wife's brain that was being treated with Gamma Knife has responded well to that, so that is good news. However, there were others that are growing, so she's going to have to go back for some more treatment. I'm recording this from the past. It's actually the 18th, so while you're listening on the 20th, that will be the day of treatment. So keep us in your thoughts. Send positive vibes if you feel so inclined. But other than that, she is doing well, staying strong, and fighting this cancer. All right, today's reflection is titled A Gardener's Handbook, coming soon. And this was inspired by a quote from The Book of Charlie by David von Drell. And the quote goes like this. Nightly, when my 4 children were young, I sat with a flashlight outside their bedrooms on the floor of the darkened hallway and read to them from chapter books. We read thousands of pages of Harry Potter and made hundreds of donuts with Homer Price. We spent time with Ramona and Beezus on Klickitat Street and sojourned in Narnia with the Pevensey children. We devoured Diaries of a Wimpy Kid and reeled through volumes of unfortunate events. We thrilled to the Red Badge of Courage and wept over where the red fern grows. And of course, we returned more than once to the arable farm, where miracles were woven into Charlotte's web. For many years, I enjoyed an audience of devoted listeners, but as the kids grew into their own concerns, I knew our shared time was coming to an end. They would soon have finals to study for, and crushes to FaceTime, and Netflix to stream deep into the night. All right, and here is my reflection. After the groundhog, we named her Greta, who lives under the shed, made her way into my lettuce bed 2 years in a row, and yes, even after I fenced it in, I decided to get 2 standing planters for our upper deck. No way she's getting up there for those leafy greens. My daughter and I built them, filled them with soil, and planted the seeds. Mesclun, buttercrisp, red romaine. It's only been about a month, but those greens are up, blowing in the wind, and on their way. As I did my daily check this morning with my coffee, Gardener's Handbook Rule Number 3, a gardener must always inspect their plants in the morning with coffee, even at the risk of midges diving in for a sip. I couldn't quite believe the lettuce had grown so quickly. Maybe it's the hot North Carolina summers. Maybe it was a good batch of soil from Brawley Seed Co. and Garden Center. Or maybe it's just that time has a way of deceiving us, that it brings us slow moments daily while working, cooking, or sitting in traffic. But then it bundles those moments like bales of straw into days, weeks, months, and years that will eventually dry out and turn gray and brown. And before we know it, the lettuce will have grown and been eaten. Children will no longer have time for stories at night or watercolors in the morning. Parents and partners will grow slow and old, and grandparents will bid their final farewell. So it's time to follow rule number 1. Slow down. Watch the seeds sprout and grow and notice it all. Because before you know it, it'll be harvest time. And there ends today's reflection. Speaking of the garden, it is struggling. Well, part of it is struggling out there. The tomatoes love this heat. They're doing exceptionally well. I have the most tomatoes I've had in years, maybe ever this summer. Tomato sandwiches every day. I'm not complaining. I love it. Because it doesn't last forever. But despite being here in the midst of this heat and in the hottest days of the year, you already start to see signs of the next season coming in. The season changing, because it's always changing, isn't it? Without planning it, and without a doubt, I always have a rogue pumpkin growing in the back by the compost pile. This year is no different, and you can see the pumpkin starting. The vine is long and climbing over whatever it can, and before you know it, if the pickle worms don't get to it, I'll be harvesting it for fall. All right, now it's time for your reflection question. Ask yourself this: am I slowing down and enjoying the quiet, everyday moments with my family? Where am I going too fast, and what am I missing? I was just out bike riding with my daughter today. We try to get out early so we can beat the heat. And at the very end of a trail, there is this little sort of garden area with benches in the shade. It's beautiful. And it was the most relaxed I've been in a long time, I think, just sitting there. We had a beautiful breeze. We had our snacks before we got back on the bikes to head back. And I think it's moments like those you need to be aware of and not intentionally plan, because sometimes moments like those just spring up, and that's when they're the best, I think. But you need to intentionally step away from the work and the rat race and the busyness so that they have room to sprout up, those sorts of moments. And then, as Vonnegut says, when you notice it, stop and say, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. All right, that's it for today, July 20th. I'll be back tomorrow, July 21st, with another reflection. Have a good one, and take care.